welcome everyone to College Park, Maryland, and the house that's been built by guys from Boomer to Diggs. Home to the Maryland Terrapins, where the fans are eager to welcome visitors into the shell. Little gets the blood boiling, quite like a rivalry game. Barbs, shots, trash talk, things that go on throughout the week will now all be settled on this field. As we'll see, the number 15 team in the country, the Rutgers Scarlet Knights, taking on the winners of 3 straight, the Maryland Terrapins. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. And the Terrapins will get us started with the opening kickoff. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So Rutgers offense will get the first crack at it here. And the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive in games like this, guys, and it's crucial to get your emotions under control.
No doubt. In rivalry games, you've got to limit the mental errors, and you've got to limit the penalties, because those will kill you, Polly.
And you got to come out under control. It means so much. We know that. The fans are all talking about it, but it's just football.
They knock him down after a gain of 3 to the 23. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Oh, man, make that statement. Make that early statement. We always look at the end of the season, and what does the committee say? Oh, they beat top 25 so-and-so. Here's your chance to put that on your resume that'll pay off big time and late in the season.
That was almost picked off, and what a disaster that would have been to throw a pick on the opening drive. Instead, it's 4th down. Gets his first one of the day away, and that matches his total from that victory last week. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. The Terrapins offense will go to work for the first time today. As dynamic as this guy is on the outside, Jesse, you know he's going to be peeking that way from the free safety position.
Yeah, he's been watching the film. This dude in the middle, man, he can light people up. So you can't tiptoe. You got to be aggressive and run in there. But this is a pretty interesting matchup today.
And I love safeties that make receivers think. Make them know they're going to be there over the middle of the field, and you better think twice about catching that football.
Well, this defense knew coming in they were going to see some RPO and they were going to see some quick game. A nice job there taking the throw away from the quarterback.
They'll run it from the gun. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball off.
A 3rd and long coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. A beautifully placed ball to the outside, and the toe drag for the big pickup.
There's a reason 3rd down is called the money down. What a great find by the quarterback. Great job finding his receiver. At the end of the game, you look at 3rd down percentages. It tells a huge story, and it goes a long way in deciding who wins a football game.
The run from the shotgun. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7. We had a barn burner the last time these two teams played, and no reason to expect anything else between these two bitter rivals.
Attention to detail, and I think the sense of urgency, David, in a game like this just goes way up.
And I think managing the emotions in these type of games, you know last year was a classic. Now you're trying to form this year's identity of this team and go out and get a win in a big-time rivalry game.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Linebackers have such an amazing responsibility. Got to play run, got to play pass. How about this? Seeing the run aggressively, getting downhill, and getting in the backfield and making a tackle for a loss.
Finds his man in the middle. Excellent job working through the air. They're finding a hole in that defense and picking up a 1st down. The Terrapins are on the move. The give is to Williams. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. Offense. Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. Sixth play of the drive coming up. He'll do it himself. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
Yeah, he chews up yards. That was really quick, really decisive. Design quarterback runs are very difficult to stop, and you could tell he's got some ability to make big plays. And thank goodness they got him on the ground and it wasn't a bigger play than it could have been.
They get him stopped at the 26, but not before he picks up 5 yards. They're close enough for a makeable field goal from the 26, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Snagged in the middle, it's Howard. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. And the Terrapins with the 1st and 10. To the ground with the back. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
The big defensive tackles in the middle, they're not always the best pass rushers, but they are strong, and I say country strong. They put their hands on you, you feel it. They lock people out on the line of scrimmage. They create separation. They wrap running backs up, and usually they don't get out of the midst of those big boys.
Fights his way ahead. They get him down after a pickup of 3. They'll mark it at the 12.
I like the decision there in the RPO game too, guys. I know he only got a couple of yards, but that play's going to open up bigger opportunities throwing the football down the field in the RPO game too. So keep handing it off to this guy. Let him see what he can do. And when the defense gives you the look to hold the football and then finally throw it, that's when you take advantage.
They've been great on 3rd down. Now to finish the deal on 1st and goal. He'll keep it himself. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Maryland! And it feels good to land that first big punch against a rival, doesn't it?
No doubt. In a game like this, too, you just want to be executing at a high level early. So, David, that's got to feel great getting on the board first.
And settles everyone down. All the nerves, all the emotion of this rivalry game. Now everybody can kind of settle in because you know you already got a touchdown on the board.
On the run from inside his own 5. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Okay, so here comes the offense returning to the field. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Throws to the wideout. Catch in the middle. It's strong. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down. So much for the tough field position. One play, and you're already to the 35. Leaves it with the back. Still on his feet at the 45. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38. The Scarlet Knights headed quickly to the line.
And I tell you what, we can focus on the left side of the line of scrimmage because that's where the play starts. But you don't get big gains when you run out wide unless wide receivers, yes, wide receivers, commit to blocking, staying on their guys. Really good job on the outside by giving the running back space to make the big play.
Offense. Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. Takes a snap, wants to throw. Looking for a huge play. He's got it inside the 15. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8.
How great is it to have a running back who can basically run your entire route tree? You don't see a lot of guys line up and then run vertically down the field, get open, and make a big play. This dude is special.
From the gun. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
On second down, looking to throw. He makes a grab, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Rutgers.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
Getting set for the point after. Hit that one with some aggression for the point after. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, a couple of ranked teams having at it this week, and take a look at what's going down. Washington State is getting dominated today, and friends, the folks in Pullman deserve better than this. No excuse ever for this kind of a clunker. They're trailing by 14 to SMU. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected, fellas.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Handoff to the lone back. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
And offenses want to continue to feature the run. They want balance. Even if it's not super successful, you can take it little bit at a time just to keep that defense honest.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. With the catch, it's Williams. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. He got to the defender, he was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48.
And that is exactly why you stick to running the football. Haven't had a lot of success, but boom, you pop one, right? That's what you got to do. You cannot become one-dimensional and just throw the football every down. Love the offense, sticking to the run. Nice job getting the first down.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Takes a handoff. It's Robinson. He get it down to the 35 before he stopped. 10-yard pickup on the play, and it's a first down.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the first down mark.
They've got him looking run. Now they're going to throw it. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say it's out of bounds, an incomplete pass. It's been punch, counter-punch throughout the early part of this game as we take a look at the first quarter stats. They fought to a standstill in the first. Let's see who gets the edge early in the second. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks. Ball's at the 25. They're in field goal range, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and short. Trying to pick it up on the ground. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go.
Hold it. Open.
Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. Seventh play of the drive coming, but they'll need to convert 3rd and 9 to keep it going. From the gun, wants to pass. And they can't make the connection on 3rd down. And they decide to trot out the kicker. Looks as if this will be a 51-yard attempt. And that is no good. After that failed field goal attempt, fellas, still tie ball game.
Well, the kicker was trying to put his team on the board and break this 0-0 tie. Just didn't have enough leg to get it there.
Rutgers has it back. They'll send the offense back onto the field. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
They're getting this guy lathered up. Oh, what a move! He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
Power football with the run. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Quarterback on the keeper. One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground.
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays. But he's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it, and try to keep this defense on their heels and read his keys. He's got a lot of talent. Just got to make sure he's making the right decisions moving forward.
And the Scarlet Knights will send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Able to keep them from getting a return, and the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to mark it right around the 20. Maryland has the ball back, and the Terrapin offense ready to go. You want to talk about taking the wind out of your sails. Drive the ball down the field and miss the field goal, David.
You know what? Don't leave it up to kickers. Execute better offensively. I think you move the ball nice. You got to keep that in mind. But Palmer, I think you got to stay aggressive and don't settle for field goals.
Yeah, because you got to know there's just no margin for error right now. You just have got to be able to execute at a higher level.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. He's looking to throw. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
It seemed like there may have been a miscommunication there between the QB and receiver, just not on the same page.
They'll try to move the chains on 3rd and short from the 27. They'll try to get the first through the air. Just a short pass to the tight end. The Terrapins will have a first down. David, that is a great security blanket for a quarterback to have a tight end to make those conversions.
Dang right. Find the big fella on 3rd and short. Dependable, clutch, nice hands, first down.
He'll try to do it himself. He'll slide and avoid the big hit. And the Terrapins want to pick up the tempo. Off-play action on first down. Finds his man. It's Williams. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
Running backs are wide receivers. They do such a great job nowadays out of the backfield. All you got to do, dump it to him. Get it to him quick, and he'll make the rest happen with his running back skills. But they do so much work with wide receivers in practice that they basically have become wide receivers now.
Single back formation, and they give it to him. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. 8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and short. They'll give it to the back. Tackle is made at the 33. It's about a 5-yard pickup, and that'll be enough for a first down.
I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride. They want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the first.
He'll come out throwing on first down. Unloads to the wideout. Just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab.
Man, I love those guys that are willing to put their body on the line, and he does it right here, man. Just lays out. That ball's coming in. You can see it from several yards out, making that play, laying out, keeping the football from touching the turf. Great concentration, great effort by the receiver.
They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there.
Well, it took everything on defense to just get that guy down on the 1-yard line. He is a monster, Dave.
And if this offense, Jesse, is going to keep doing that, you better bring in reinforcements on that defensive line. Get some big boys, because they're about to punch this thing in the end zone.
He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater. Now on 2nd and goal. Trying to bully their way in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Terrapins! An impressive, long, methodical, meticulous drive ends in points.
They just matriculated the ball down the field, didn't they, Reese? So impressive. Didn't see a lot of explosive plays, but how about the execution? Running and throwing the football. Wow.
And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. And the Rutgers offense heads back onto the field. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. Great protection there. Plenty of time to sit in the pocket and let his receiver work across the formation.
And he did a great job working across the formation, finding a hole, quarterback, good timing, waiting on it. Nice strike.
Leaves it with the back. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1. What a great job they've done in Big Ten play up to this point, and you see them now feeling as if they can accomplish something big.
No doubt, Reese, and I think it's a great start to the season. Like, again, you have goals and you have midpoints to the season where you're at right now. This is where you wanted to be. You wanted to be in the mix in one of the best conferences in all of college football, and Jesse, they're doing that in the Big Ten.
Yeah, they've been able to handle the stage and handle the pressure with every win. That makes the next game that much bigger, and they've shown up on big stages on national television, and they've been able to deliver. This game, though, is the biggest yet. If they keep on the pace they're at, they're going to be playing for a Big Ten championship.
Slings it downfield. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body. The Scarlet Knights will try to pin them back with the punt. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Great contact on that ball as it just hangs up in the sky. Perhaps feeling that coverage coming, signals for the fair catch and makes it at the 25. Here comes the Maryland offense back onto the field. You want to talk about a drive where you impose your will? That's what they did, running it down for a touchdown, David.
There is nothing more demoralizing than that for a defense. To be physically pounded, the run is coming, you know it's coming, and you can't stop it.
Nothing the defense can do. That is mano-a-mano up front, and your guys getting a push. They know you're running it, and they still can't stop it.
After the 9-yard pickup on first down, here's 2nd and 1. He's looking to throw. Grabbed over the middle. It's Howard. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. A new set of downs after the completion. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Say what, that was a lightning-fast decision. You could tell he knew what he wanted to do right away, makes the decision, but maybe his footwork wasn't a little bit good, and the pass wasn't where he wanted to put that thing. I know that.
They go to the ground. A strong tackle and wrap-up from the junior.
They're strong, and they're strong. Defensive tackles, they're strong. There's such big jokers in the middle where they just lock out those offensive linemen. And running backs, listen, they don't have much of a chance. When you got that 300-plus pound guy grabbing you around the shoulder pad, you tend to go to the ground pretty quick.
The Terrapins will snap it on 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. He makes the connection. They make the stop right there. Good pickup. It's still short of the first down.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
On 2nd down, just keeps firing. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
Defense, we're always trying to get some tips. You know, break on the football, get a tip, get it up in the air. Nice job by the player breaking on the football and forcing the incompletion.
Fights his way for a couple, but stops short of the marker. It's 4th and 1. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And it's incomplete, and the defense stands tall and gets off the field. 1st down for this offense. They'll start this drive with a pass. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Dialing up a 2nd down pass play. And the ball's out, and they're after it. Well, the offense looks as if they fell on the fumble, and they'll keep the ball. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Hit as he throws. Pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for the first half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks so much, guys. And I need not tell you, rivalry games always bring out a ton of emotion. And no surprise, we saw just that in the first half today. And I get it. A lot of coaches will say the difference between winning and losing comes down to stopping big plays and getting big plays. But if you ask me, it's more about how good you are on 3rd down and how efficient you are in keeping drives alive. Those 2 stats can help you break the will of even the best defenses and help you come out on top. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how this rivalry matchup plays out.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. And the Scarlet Knights will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Maryland has the ball back, and the Terrapin offense ready to go. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the 3rd quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
Hands it off. They get him on the ground after he gets enough to move the sticks.
Offensively, I'm going to take 4 to 6 every play? Yes, please. Sign me up for that. I'm going to take that every single time. Great job by the offense. Staying patient, staying true to who they are. You want to run the football. You want to be physical. You want to establish yourself. Check, check, check.
They'll throw it on 1st down. Fires to the wideout. And his throw is incomplete.
And when you're a quarterback, man, I know wide receivers are great athletes and they're supposed to catch everything that gets near them, but when you don't put it right on the center, when they're running a lot of times, it just makes it a little bit more difficult. And I think he did that a little bit too much for his wide receiver right there.
From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. Dragged down after a pickup of 5 out to the 35.
I like it. Just frustrate the defense. Get that 5 to 6 yards. Make them honor the run. Make them know that you're willing to run the football and run it effectively.
These are the types of plays where offenses impose their will. 3rd and short from the 45. Got it in the middle. It's Manning. And he was knocked down immediately short of the line to gain. They'll have to make a decision here. And the Terrapins will call on their punt team. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Gets his first one of the day off. He was called on 4 times in last week's win. He's got great speed. Well, they finally stopped him, but he found some running room on that return and really helps out his offense to start this drive. First down here for the offense. He's going to pass. Quickly complete. Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the first down.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
This offense has a 2nd down play. They'll leave it with him. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Some 3rd down conversions tougher than others. This one a long one on 3rd down from the 43. Throws to the wideout. Tremendous awareness along the sideline and the ability to get the foot down for the big pickup.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. A nice job there picking up the first down.
And now on 2nd down for this offense. He's looking to throw. Fires to the tight end. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
Nice job by the defense staying glued to him, getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. Knowing he's a threat, I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
They've got the ball at midfield, but they're facing a 3rd and long. He's looking downfield to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Finds a man on the left. Really good throw and catch there, David, but on 3rd down, you have to put a little bit of heat on the quarterback somehow.
Somehow, some way, get him uncomfortable. They didn't do it there. Great job by this offensive line. Nice protection, good clean pocket. QB rips the football, easily gets the first down.
And he runs through 1 tackle and picks up a few. Running backs just have to be a weapon in the passing game, even for little dump-offs and checkdowns.
Yeah, find your matchups. I mean, you think about running back versus a linebacker. We like that matchup in space, and so find ways to get the football to your running back in space where you can break tackles and make things happen because they're just so dynamic.
Here they come up to the 23-yard line, not thinking field goal, wanting to convert this 3rd and short. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Fires to the big fella. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a first down. The Scarlet Knights want to crank the tempo. Now from inside the red zone. 1-step wrap, 2-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, Go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
They'll run play action. Grabbed behind the line. It's strong. And they're going to lose yardage there. The defense completely owning the front. They've methodically worked it down the field. This is the 11th play of the drive, but the defense can get off the field now. Going for 6. Reels it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rutgers. Quarterback stays clean in the pocket on that touchdown pass. A little thank you is in order to the offensive line.
Maybe find them an NIL deal, right? Feed those guys. Go get them to a buffet. Take care of those big uglies up front, because when you have that kind of pocket, you should take advantage of it. You should be able to make big plays, and he does.
Returner will field it and try to get some field position. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Here comes the Maryland offense back onto the field. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter out there. This offense needs to get back lathered up and get a little bit more of a rhythm.
Best way to do that, identify where your best players are and just get them the football. Give these guys some touches to kickstart this offense.
Hold it. Offense.
We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Line gets set, first down. The give is to Williams. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Pocket starts to collapse. On the move is the 30. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact.
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up the big stats. But when nothing's there, sometimes you just tuck the ball, get a minimal gain. I like the slide, by the way, to get down and don't take a big hit.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. He's looking to throw. The sure hands. It's Manning. They'll get him down at the 48 after the 15-yard gain. That was a nice pickup, running the drag route and finding that quiet, soft spot in the zone.
Yeah, drag routes not only work against man coverage, they work against zone too. If you can find the soft spot and the quarterback gets it to him early, he can turn upfield, and you saw that right there.
Trying to find his man on first down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
What a hit by the defender. That's a good throw, and that was going to be caught, but how about the defender dislodging the football from its intended target? Nice job.
Got a good one going here. All tied up in the 3rd. It's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, they'll run it. And you want to talk about gang tackling. Everybody on the defense run to the ball. Now facing a 3rd and long from the 50-yard line. From the gun, wants to pass. Got it in the middle, it's Williams. And they wrap him up, but not before he gets enough on the catch for the first down.
And how nice is it, David, on 3rd down to have a viable option running routes out of your backfield? That's why this running back is so valuable to this offense.
Yeah, and what matchup do I want to play? I want to play matchups where I have the advantage. I got a speed matchup of a linebacker versus a running back. Nice route, looking like he's going outside, cuts it in. Nice timing and rhythm.
And it's caught at the 10. Touchdown, Maryland! with the 6. Well, they started with horrible field position, but ended with perfect field position in the middle of the end zone.
It all comes down to execution, Reese. You've got to have guys going out and doing their jobs. You saw the offensive line up front. They were physical. Skilled players made it happen with the ball in their hands, and the quarterback really showed command on that last drive.
And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. On first down, here comes this offense. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Comes out throwing on first down. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Maryland has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Corners are going to bail. It'll be a draw. He'll bounce his way ahead for a pickup of 4 out to the 14. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7. And the Scarlet Knights decide to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. So from the shadow of his goalpost, he gets the punt away. He gets a block. He's brought down, but there's also a penalty marker down. Let's see what this is about.
Holding, receiver team.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. A first down for the offense. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. They make the stop after the catch and still some work to do to pick up that first down.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in the game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
Wide receiver now comes in motion. Hand off from the shotgun. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop. Might be decision time if the defense can get a stop on 3rd down from the 45. Looking to throw for it. Feeling some heat. He'll throw it down. They bring him down, but not before he gets just enough to move the chains. The Terrapins getting set on 1st and 10. Leaves it with the running back. He stops him at the 31, but not before. He picks up 10 yards on the play.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football, and the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen.
Oh, look out. The ball's free. Oh, it looks as if the defense got it. And he's brought down in this deep. The ball back for its own. We've got a timeout here as this coach is challenging the call. He wants to give the replay booth a chance to have another look. Might have to give that coach a flag and a whistle. He was right on in his view of the play, and the officials agree and overturn the call. He'll pull it on the read. Quarterback gets the first down and more. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
Well, this is one of the fastest quarterbacks in college football, and that's why the option's a good idea. Because if he can get out in space and he has a chance to get downfield, he is really difficult to tackle, and he's very difficult to catch, as you saw in that last play, getting a first down.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And I can't tell you how much I love seeing corners being willing to come up and tackle. That is so huge for a defense. You can't olay blocks and create space. You can't just hang out on the outside. You got to go set that edge.
And conversely, I can't tell you how much I hate it when receivers don't want to block. You got to do a better job on the perimeter. It's not going to be enough in this offense just to catch passes. You got to go execute your assignment. That corner should have been blocked, and they should have gotten a bigger gain on that outside run.
They'll snap it from the gun on third down. Caught close to the marker. It's Howard. Touchdown, Terrapins! And they made it to the house where they found that 6 points waiting on them. That one ought to give them firm control of this game, and they have gotten things going here, about to move to 4-1. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Ball State is down, but they are not out of it. Not inside Schumann Stadium, one of the more fun places to watch a game in all of college football. It's a close one right now. They're trailing by 1 to Toledo. We'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
I think if you're the head coach at this point, you're telling your offense, it doesn't matter what's happened up at this point of the game. Obviously, things haven't gone our way, but we have a chance to execute in a 2-minute situation and give ourselves a chance to win. Let's go do it one play at a time.
Got his man quickly. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down.
And no messing around right now if you're on offense. This is the time where execution has got to be at a premium. You need to hit completions, David. They need some big plays.
Yeah, and you just want to keep pressuring them and keep making them use the clock, give them the underneath stuff. And again, when they drive the football down the field, I just can't give up touchdowns. Field goal at this point is not going to hurt my defense.
They've got the weapons to stay aggressive. You just made a big play. Let's see if we can take a shot here into the end zone, score, and try to save as much time on the clock as we can.
Smashes him with the stiff arm. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
Now on second down after the incompletion. Handoff from the gun. Blast his way ahead, but not much room. A pickup of 1 to the 24.
And a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
On fourth down, trying to find his man. Fires to the wideout. Makes the catch past the sticks. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a first and goal. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost, trying to defend their own end zone. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. They're trying to get to him. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to fight another play.
And sometimes you see great shooters and they get on fire and they just can't miss. And that's what this QB looks like the last couple weeks, man. Just completion percentage through the roof, running the offense at an elite level. You can tell in complete control of this offense.
And that's just a flat misfire, not even close to his receiver. 3rd and goal from way back there. The play action fake. Trying to get to him. Couldn't find a man and just had to throw it away to avoid a negative play.
Yeah, and 3rd and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with they know they're in field goal range. They can take the 3 points on the board.
And here's a fumble way behind the line. Now the defense has got it, and they're going the other way. The 50. He's at the 40. And a tremendous return will be stopped at the 28-yard line. Maryland has the ball back, and the Terrapin offense ready to go. How about the way they attacked the last time they had the ball? A shot toward the end zone. Falls incomplete, and he did everything perfectly except catch the football. 2nd down coming. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
And they make the striking connection, and they've got it down to the 13-yard line, a red zone chance.
First down.
And the Terrapins come to the line with a new set of downs. Fires into the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Maryland! They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win. And he made that extra point, the wet turf, no problem at all. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. 1st down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Makes the grab. It's Benjamin. And he was able to run through one tackle, but still only a modest gain. After that last completion, it's 2nd down. Defense backing up, trying to keep everything in front. On 2nd down, wants to throw. And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with a sack. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. He's going up top here late in the game. Can't make the play on the interception, and man, they were looking for their 1st pick of the game. Instead, it'll be 4th down.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game today.
On 4th down, they'll pass for it. Here's a throw downfield late. And it's incomplete. The long pass downfield they couldn't hook up.
I think after failing on the 4th down, guys, you look at the scoreboard, you look at how much time is left. I think they're going to lose this football game. This coaching staff is going to have to dig deep and try to find ways to get this team better next time they take the field.
They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
And there's nothing more frustrating than when you get late in the game and you know they're running the football and you don't stop them. It's been that kind of day for this defense. They haven't played well. They're going to have to go to the well. They're going to have to figure some things out. Practice this week, I can promise you, will not be a lot of fun with these coaches.
Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense.
The offense couldn't get the snap off in time, and it'll cost them. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. Movement here from the tight end. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. They've got it in field goal range, but they'll try to convert this 3rd and long from the 20. They'll run it from the gun. He'll get that one all the way down to the 4-yard line before he stops. It's really easy to get caught up in the emotion of a rivalry game. We did, and certainly this was a huge win.
Yeah, and you started, you circled it, you were ready for this team. This is the rivalry you put a lot of stock in all offseason. You're talking about this game in particular. You go out and get the dub. It's a relief because you definitely wanted this team.
And it's bragging rights for everybody, for the coaching staff, for the fans, but how about for the players as well? For another 365 days, you can talk about how you went out, you dominated, and you beat your rival. A lot of these guys are going to go on to the NFL. They'll be in locker rooms next year. They'll be talking about this for a long time.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.